Wonder how we film our live shows each week? Let's give you an exclusive behind-the-scenes look at what goes on.
So sit back and relax and, see, our exclusive inside scoop of how we film our live shows each week.
Morning. Big show today, you ready?
Morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
Oh, good morning.
Good morning.
All right, everybody. Here are the jobs for episode 10. I'm really excited. I think this is going to be a good one. Anchors, Carissa and Annie.
Yes!
Mila and Yumso, you're going to be the writers.
Yes, I've been waiting to be the writer.
I know, me too.
Soundboard, Hallie and Francis.
Yes!
Teleprompter, Julia and Kara. Producers, Liz and Jillian. Lighting, Cassie. On hair, we have Jake and Aiden.
What? Hair? Yeah, do that now.
And then our makeup team is going to be Thomas and Cole.
What?
I love being on camera.
Yeah, I love being in the spotlight. I'm so excited to be writing.
Yeah, the words really roll off my fingertips.
All right, everybody, it's almost time to go. Writers, you did a great job. Hair and makeup, it's your time to shine. All right, you got 5 minutes.
What's wrong with you? I am preparing.
All right, guys, here's all the basics that we use each week. And then, actually, we just got, this is exciting, we just got this on a new brand. So let me know if you have any questions and stay pretty. Go get them.
Okay. Just gonna put a little bit of that on. Beautiful.
Wait,
I'm the
is that
best in business.
eyeshadow?
Hold on, let me spread it around a little bit more. Beautiful. Come on, I'm trying to, Mr. Anderson.
It's all about symmetry.
Then a little bit of... You don't want eyebrows like mine?
Okay, fine, sure.
I don't know what to do with that.
Sure?
Yep.
Ready? We'll move on to this.
Yes.
Gonna add a little right there. What are you doing today? Oh, do some of that?
See, I'm gonna have to work with the triangles.
You gotta enhance.
Ready?
I can't make it remember, it's fine.
Really easily.
No, I think you should probably even it out, maybe. Maybe do this.
Perfect.
How do I look? You look good.
Okay, ladies, hair time. And make this all voluptuous and wavy.
Three, two, one, action.
Hello.
Hello, CHS. We're back with another episode of The Pulse. I'm Annie Leverich alongside my co-host, Carissa Pike.
We have a great episode for you all this week, so let's get started.
Throughout the first semester, 12 very talented students in the short films class wrote, directed, and edited their own films.
Hallie and Kara found out what it's like to direct a film and what their hopes are for the showcase next Tuesday.
We've got some fresh new young talent doing some things that I know you haven't heard before.
1, 2, 3, listen.
We start off the year basically just like storytelling and like drafting different ideas of like ways to build character and build setting and plot and conflict. And as the course goes on, we start to like go into script writing. So like there would be weeks where we would just be writing our own scripts.
My film is called The Dance. The main actors in my film are Adi Roy and Hallie Kaizen. and it's about a guy who asks a girl to go to a school dance but forgets to buy the tickets.
We're in the film titled The Dance.
And it's by Ep10 Miller. I think that live theater, everything has to be more like bigger choices. You have to have bigger choices because you're trying to have a whole auditorium, a whole audience full of people understand the story the same way.
In one moment. Yeah.
So you have to show everything just like bigger than everything. And then with short film acting, it's kind of like, since it's like up close, you can see facial expressions easier.
I came up with the idea after going to Challenge Day actually, and I just was really motivated by like the words they spoke there, and it kind of just inspired me to tell the story. And also a freshman that I tutor had a very similar story to this, and it was just about time that it was said.
It was actually like my mom's experience when applying to colleges, because I was trying to apply to colleges, and like it just reminded me of what she told me of how like she couldn't really go out of state because she had family. She only had family over here, and she had to like care for them.
It's about this guy going on his first date, but he's super nervous, so he imagines two people with him. Someone who kind of gives him confidence, and the other person who's kind of putting him down.
My film's called The Waiting Room, and it's basically about, it's really complicated. It's this guy kills this other guy, and then this guy kills this other guy at a Burger King, and then is later shot by a police officer, and he wakes up in this waiting room with the guy he shot.
One of the biggest challenges, I guess, it's definitely scheduling, because you're trying to balance your schedule as well as all your actors and where you're going to be able to film.
It's a very individual project as opposed to the last 2 years of video classes where you film in school. Everything is on your own time, so you have to be very organized.
It's really different from like TV production when you're filming in school, and this is completely independent and you have to do everything in your own time, so you have to be really efficient.
I'm very excited to see my film in a movie theater. I think like once we're there and our films are playing on the big screen, it's going to be like really cool, and it's going to be like, wow, we actually made this, and it's going to be an awesome experience.
So a few of the students in the class decided it would be really cool if we could get it in a theater, and I think Ryan may have suggested the theater in Chatham, so Mr. Henderson made that happen.
It was actually my idea initially, and everybody started saying it. I think Ep10 said it was my idea, so thanks, Ep10.
As much as everyone else would like to say that it's their idea, Mr. Henderson can vouch for me. I'm pretty sure it was my idea.
I don't know what they're talking about. It was all my idea. I do everything around here.
So I went to Dunkin' Donuts one day, and there's a kid outside, and he asked if I could donate some money to his basketball team, and I was talking to him, so I wasn't looking, and I thought I handed him a $5. It was $50, and then I drove back home, and I was like, I think that was, and I checked, and it was, so I drove back, and I took it back from him. So yeah.
Did you give him money?
I did. I didn't actually have $5, so I gave him like $3.
I can't wait to watch all their films.
If you want to see their films, they'll be played at Robert Cinema in Chatham on February 20th at 7 p.m.
You can buy tickets for just $5 in room L15 or at the door.
Moving on, our next segment is the Whisper Challenge.
What was that?
I said our next segment is the Whisper Challenge.
Oh, the Whisper Challenge. That's right. Cassie and Cole recruited contestants to play Jimmy Fallon's Whisper Challenge. Get ready for this epic battle.
Boom.
Jersey Mike's. Cheese and rice. Okay, ready? Jersey Mike's. Something mice. Mike's. 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 Jersey Mike's. Yes. Herbs Palace. Herbs Palace. Yeah. Stranger Things. Stranger Things. Yes. Arminios. Oreos. Arminios. Yes. Cougar Nation. Coat hanger.
J-Lot. J-Lot.
J-Lot.
Starbucks. Drive-through.
Drive-through.
Starbucks drive-through.
Starbucks drive-through.
Environmental science. Environmental science.
One more time.
Environmental science. Environmental.
I have no idea what you're saying.
Environmental.
Just skip it, just skip it, just skip it.
Cottage. Deli. Cottage.
College.
Cottage.
Cottage.
Yeah.
Deli.
Yeah.
Okay.
Coach Adair.
One more time.
Coach Adair.
I have no idea.
Coach.
Coast.
Coach.
Coast.
Coach.
Coach.
Adair.
Adair.
Yeah.
Okay.
Seaside.
Seaside.
Ice baby.
Ice baby.
Chillax.
Starlight.
Chillax.
Good lads.
Chillax.
Yeah, lax.
Okay.
Girls lax. Chillax.
Gym volleyball. Fiddler on the roof.
Fifth Harmony.
Fiddler on the roof.
Scootering.
Fiddler on the roof. What? Fiddler on the roof.
Fiddler on the roof.
Mr. Brightside. Mr. Brightside.
Mr. Breadstick.
Brightside. Mr. Brightside.
Press.
Brightside. Brightside.
One more time.
Mr. Brightside.
I literally have no idea.
Mr. Brightside.
Pass.
Boom dynamite. Boom dynamite. Boom dynamite.
Moop. Oh.
Boom dynamite. Boom. Boom.
It looks like you're saying poop.
Boom.
It just does.
Wow, Grace and Grace were suspiciously good at that game.
Well, you know, it's a scientific fact that people with the same name can share thoughts.
That's not true.
It is to me.
Moving on, have you gotten around to scheduling your courses for next year?
Not yet. I haven't decided what I want to take.
Well, the students in this next segment seem to love their class. Mila and Aiden tell us about a relatively new course at CHS, AP Art History.
Hi, I'm Mr. McGarry.
My name is Brendan Lee, and I am a senior.
Veronica Kelly, I'm a senior.
I teach AP Art History. Every year that I've done this class, I've had a good mixture of people. People who are real artists, you know, and involved in the production of art, and those that are just interested in the information. I am not an artist. Never really was. Can't do art really, but I love the integration of the ideas in here. I think art history is an absolutely fascinating subject. It links together intellectual history and the visual arts and architecture, etc.
So I didn't take art history because we have never really touched on anything like it, I think, in the past in any of my other classes, so I thought it'd be interesting and something different.
It is a subject that allows for a lot of integration of knowledge that every individual really should have to appreciate the world around them.
I took art history not because I have a huge interest in art, but I think knowledge, like basic knowledge in art is important to become like a well-rounded, cultured human being.
Just give a little background. It requires the understanding of 250 works of art that they pick. And those pieces of art are representative of the intellectual development and changes across time, across the globe. And so there's a wide array of pieces.
My favorite piece is the Lama Sus from the Citadel of Sargon II, which is made 720 BCE. There's a lot of memorization. I like it because it's like a cool animal.
You know, my personal favorite, difficult to really get to, but I kind of like Olympia from my
Byzantine, early Byzantine, and Gothic and medieval period was really interesting because there were a lot of grand cathedrals and stuff. And I want to go abroad to Rome one day, so learning about it is awesome because hopefully you'll be able to see it in real life. So it's just really cool. And
the imagery that you get that is projected on a smart board, I don't think any of those really accurately give you a sense of the piece. You know, the beauty of art and architecture as an element of art is that you can interact with it. I mean, part of the experience of art is not only the intellectual experience, that is the ideas that you can see from the art, but also the art itself. And that you cannot get unless you can move close to it, away from it, in the case of sculpture, around it. And it's so difficult to pick that up in images and even in video, because the video can't give you really close textures and various shadings that you can get in experiences in person. I'd love to see them all in person. I'm quite sure I'll get there, but I'd love to see them all.
Now I know all the like symbolism behind the arts that I didn't really know prior to taking the class, so then I can appreciate like all the thought and all the effort that goes into these artworks.
I prefer learning about the architecture, I think, because it's just interesting. It's just insane to see like how elaborate and amazing the buildings were made, like the buildings these civilizations made like hundreds and hundreds of years ago. I just think it's crazy to think that was possible, and also it's really beautiful and interesting. So taking art history definitely has helped my artwork because I think I'm learning a lot about like obviously the history of them, and where they're from, the time period, but also like the composition and the form and the specific details of each piece. So I think it definitely helps.
Likely to take an art class in the future because of AP Art History.
I think I may want to take AP Art History after that.
Another course suggestion, viewers, is TV production.
Our next segment is Debatable. We have been heavily debating the best and worst 90s and 2000s Nick shows on and off camera. My personal favorite is Drake and Josh.
I think iCarly's better.
We'll have to agree to disagree on that one. Let's take a look at our Pulse members' favorite 90s and 2000s Nick shows.
My favorite early 2000 Nick show would probably be Zoe 101, just because I loved all the drama and like on campus, like all the love triangles.
They never actually had to do any work, like they just got to hang out.
It's gotta be Zoe 101. The characters and I, we have a like, close connection. People say I look like Chase, or Michael, or Logan.
Definitely Drake and Josh. I'm a Drake and Josh fanatic.
I don't think I can get through an episode without laughing.
I can watch it today over and over again. It will never get old.
I'd say my favorite is Rocket Power. That was always my favorite as a kid. I remember like waking up on like Saturday mornings and watching it.
iCarly, because I don't know, I just like really like all those like Dan Schneider shows, if you know, like Drake and Josh and Zoe 101, and iCarly was like probably the best one.
Definitely iCarly, great show. Favorite 90s Nick show, easily Rugrats. It's like, I love the color palette, which sounds bizarre, but like it was also really funny.
My favorite 90s Nick show is Doug. Doug Funny. He's just a classic character. He's a great guy. He's got his good friend Patty Mayonnaise right along his side. The worst is
Doug. I just did that to us with Mr. Henderson.
The one I hated the most was probably the Amanda Show, just because my sister would watch that a lot, and I could never change the channel when she was watching that.
I've seen it once, and it made me really sad because of how bad it was. Because Amanda's just the most annoying person ever.
But I'd say the worst Steve Amanda show.
I don't like her. I think she's really annoying, and also she's just like a train wreck now. So, what was that one? My Life as a Teenage Robot. What is that? Is it a show?
Worst? I like Cat Dog. That was really weird. They were just like together the whole time.
I guess the George Lopez show because I just never really liked it.
George Lopez is the worst.
if I could be any Nickelodeon character, probably be one of the kids from Rocket Power. Just, you know, being a cool California skateboarder. So it's pretty awesome.
I would be Megan, because I love when Drake and Josh were like,
Megan, I guess, from Drake and Josh, because I mean, who wouldn't want to be Megan?
I would be Megan because I would get to mess with Drake and Josh all the time.
Clayton and Drake and Josh. Yeah, it was like, I feel like it'd be interesting. Most people would say Drake.
Probably be Drake.
Oh, easily Danny Phantom.
Probably be Danny Phantom.
Yeah, I would definitely be Zoe from Zoe 101 because A, she's perfect, and B, Chase Matthews is in love with her, and Chase Matthews is like...
I think Spencer from iCarly. I would love to be able to create weird, silly inventions and sculptures and things, and I don't know. He always seems to be caught in some kind of trouble, and it's always hilarious, so I think that would be a fun life to live.
My favorite scene was when Spencer, they're all looking for chicks in iCarly, they had these baby chicks, and then Spencer goes into an air vent and it gets stuck, and then the baby chick goes into his mouth, and it's really funny.
Drake and Josh, every episode, there's a best scene. Peruvian Puff Pepper. There's when Drake has to put his feet in lizard pee. When Josh hits Oprah, there's so many.
The snow cone one?
Oh, from Drake and Josh.
I don't think I saw that.
Yikes. Anyway.
Oh, sorry.
When Drake and Josh get stuck in a treehouse and
He gets stuck inside because of the magic marker. And yeah, I think that's a great episode.
I would want there to be a sequel. I guess of iCarly, just see where they're all at now. It could be interesting.
I think for a sequel, I'd want Zoe 101. I need to know what happens.
Definitely Drake and Josh, because those two are hilarious, and I was them.
Drake and Josh, because if it was funny as they were teenagers living at home with Megan, imagine them being in their 30s.
Honestly, Cat Dog, because I need more explaining on why they were together. And their parents were not even cataracts.
I think favorite Nick at Night was Boy Meets World.
Definitely Boy Meets World. Yeah, good show.
Boy Meets World is amazing. I just thought I was Corey Matthews. I wanted to be Corey Matthews. I really wanted a cool best friend, kind of an edgy best friend like Sean Hunter, but I don't think I was cool enough to befriend anyone like that.
Family Matters because of Urkel.
I'm not a big fan of Friends. Is Friends on Nick at Night? Yeah, I could use less Friends in my life. Friends stinks.
What's your favorite?
The best Nick at Night show was Friends. Mr. Henderson, did you hear that?
Okay, my favorite theme song is definitely the Friends theme song. I think it's a classic.
iCarly, leave it on me. Yeah.
Definitely the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Great, just a great song without it being a theme song, which I think is a good part of a good theme song. I know most of the lyrics.
Do it.
No.
Do it. No, do it,
I
please.
cannot.
Yeah, we
Who
can get someone else
who
doing
wants
it.
to sing it? You know the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air song?
This is a story all about how my life got turned upside down. That's Philadelphia, born and raised. On the playground is where I spend most of my days.
Chilled out back in
I'm going to have to talk to some of those iCarly haters after the show.
In our final segment, we cover a new class coming to CHS next school year.
For the first time at CHS, we will all have the opportunity to learn American Sign Language. Carissa and I found out what we can expect from this new class and why students should take it.
Well, there wasn't a class here yet, and then I guess there's going to be one next year, which is pretty cool, but
there wasn't one, so I wanted to be like have the opportunity to teach people. Since I was so fascinated by the language, I wanted to show it to other people.
I think it's an extremely valuable skill, first of all, just to learn about people who are different from you, people who live in a different culture from you. And deaf culture is a really true established other culture from what we consider our American culture.
When I heard Sarah had started this club, got really excited and I came. The grammar is a lot easier than most languages, and like I'm kind of more of a hands-on type of learner, so it's easier than like Spanish or French.
I just really like language in general. Since music is a big part of my life, it was easy to kind of piece the two together to learn.
So there's been a lot of interest in the last few years in bringing sign language to Chatham High School. Recently, the New Jersey Department of Education began accepting sign language as fulfilling the requirement for world language. And so since that change, Chatham High School has been looking towards bringing it as an additional world language to our program.
It's great for if you want a job, you can become an interpreter, and if you don't want to like become like a full-time interpreter, you can do it at like music festivals or something, which is something that's really interesting for me. Like I definitely want to do that later in life.
The way sign language is taught in the classroom is generally speaking in a U shape, so that all the students can see the hands of the teacher, so that the teacher is able to speak entirely through sign, and that all the students are able to see and also respond in a way that he or she can see all of the responses.
I think it's not hard to teach. I hope people find it easy to follow along. Just kind of try my best.
You walk into a classroom and it's completely silent, and so that takes a little bit of getting used to, but it also helps you to understand the experience of the deaf person who is living in a silent world.
I think it's valuable because not a lot of people know sign language, so it can be like, for deaf people, it can be hard to like, you know, in your daily life do things, and if you have someone around you who can like help you out and like, I don't know, any situation where that could happen, it's just good to be a friend.
Things we'd love to see in the future are someone interpreting during graduation, during choral performances, other parts of the school community where we can integrate sign language. I think those would be really nice opportunities. Students are going to be pursuing a career in the medical field or any kind of field where they're interacting with people. It's very likely that they will encounter someone who is deaf or hard of hearing.
If you want a job, you can become an interpreter, and if you don't want to like become like a full-time interpreter, you can do it at like music festivals or something, which is something that's really interesting for me. Like I definitely want to do that later in life. So.
If you're interested, sign language is a great communication tool to learn and use.
Well, that's it for this episode of The Pulse, but don't worry, the next episode is only a week away.
And don't forget to watch our We Are Chatham Spotlight posted on the YouTube channel.
Until next time, CHS, stay pretty and go get 'em.